Welcome back to the First and Gold podcast. I am your host, Sam Gold, and today we're going to be doing another tier list ranking video, and we're going to basketball because it's the NBA playoff season, and we have ranking NBA arenas. Now, shout out to one of our viewers, Mr. Dell Jr. has been suggesting this video, so here we are. We're going to do it now, and I'm excited for it because we've done ranking NFL stadiums before. We haven't done NBA yet. And before we get started, guys, I hope you enjoy our tier list videos. And if you do, drop a like and a subscribe on the channel. And also comment down below what your favorite arena in the NBA is. And also, big disclaimer, I've only actually been inside 2 stadiums, and I've seen maybe a handful more in person. So don't get mad at me. I'm going to be doing these rankings solely based on research I've done and the pictures I've looked at. So here we go. Let's try this. We got our standard format. S, A, B, C, and F tier. Let's start in alphabetical order with the Atlanta Hawks State Farm Arena. So here's the thing with State Farm Arena. I like the design itself. I'm going to be saying this with a couple stadiums throughout. I like the glass exterior. I think it looks sleek and modern. But here's why I cannot put it in one of the top 2 S or A tiers, because that Atlanta sign in front of it, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to be modern. They're trying to make it look cool. The giant, it's just, look, here's the thing. What is that font, and why is the sign so big that it has to cover the entire front of the stadium? I don't get it. Some people like it. I don't love it. But I'm not going to knock it too hard. I'm going to still put it at B. I'm sure it'll end around top of B when this is all said and done. But I'm sorry. It's too distracting. It kind of ruins it. And I don't like that modern font that they use. I mean, put the slash on the A. I'm sorry, but do it because it's ridiculous, and I think it takes away from how good the actual stadium looks. So overall, I'm still putting it in B tier. I think it's a solid stadium, but that's definitely the big knocker is the logo. So there you go. Moving on to a stadium that I'm putting in S tier right away. This is the TD Garden in Boston, home of the Celtics. So before I get to the exterior, I gotta say this, 100%, this is my favorite interior for any stadium in the NBA. Just the bright green seats pops immediately. It fits the team and the vibe so perfectly. I love their court, so unique with that wooden square design that they have. They've had that for a long time. It looks great. So yeah, top tier interior, and then their exterior as well. Great location, right by the water, right next to the bridge. Very easy to access, right in the heart of a great sports city in Boston. So I think overall, there's not many things you can knock with such a classic, iconic NBA arena in the TD Garden. So yeah, I'm going S tier for the Celtics. All right, next up is the Brooklyn Nets with the Barclays Center. Now, shout out, this is one of the 2 arenas I've actually been to in person. Very, very unique design. One of the newer stadiums. It is in Brooklyn now. I mean, if you just look at the exterior, just so interesting. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Very modern, but not as big as you think when you actually go to the stadium itself. When you walk into the arena, you're like, how the hell did this stadium fit this many seats? Because from the outside, it's big, but it's not as big as you think. So I actually really like it. I'm going to put it in A tier. The outside's cool because it's right in the heart of like a Brooklyn neighborhood. You can go right to the subway and come out of the station and you're right in the front of the stadium. I think that's very cool. You go a couple blocks, you're in a neighborhood. You go right across the street, there's a very modern, nice mall next to it. So overall, a lot of unique parts for the Nets stadium that I like. And then the inside's cool too. I like their colors, black and white, very classic, very sleek. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna go solid A tier. The only thing I have about this stadium is I'm just not sure what to say about that grass roof. It's an interesting choice for sure. I think it fits Brooklyn more than another stadium that's going to be on this list that has a grass roof that I absolutely hate. So that's a plus. But yeah, I'm going to go A tier for the Nets. All right, moving on to the Spectrum Center, home of the Charlotte Hornets. I'm going to go B tier, but behind State Farm Arena. This is another stadium I've seen from the outside. I've been to Charlotte. And again, this is another one that's in the heart of the downtown. I like that a lot. I like when you put a stadium right there in the mix of everything. I think that I like the white part of the stadium, but the part I like even more is that brown brick exterior. That's, probably about half of the stadium as well. Very easy to access. I already like the colors of the Hornets, so the interior helps with that. It's not as big or modern as your State Farm Arena, but I am going to put it on the same tier because I did like what I saw in person, but I'll put it right behind the Hawks. So yeah, B tier for the Spectrum Center. As we move to one that, look, I'm not an expert in the NBA or NBA arenas, but I know the Bulls are one of the most popular, historic, classic franchises. So maybe this is controversial, but with the United Center, home of the Bulls, I'm going to go with C tier. Just look at the exterior. I'm sorry, it's a big stadium, but you're going Chicago. You're going a team that won 6 rings with Michael Jordan, and you're going to go with this giant concrete, boring structure that just looks like this big parking garage. And I do like the interior. It's nice. It's very red, and I would say that's above average, but man, this exterior just drags it down a lot, and you could have done way better with this. And I'm sorry, I think it's just gross and boring. Maybe controversial, but I'm going first C tier, which is the Bulls Arena. So comment down below if you think I'm crazy. I'm sure going to a game in Chicago to watch the Bulls is much better, but just looking at some of these pictures, especially from the outside, I'm going low. I'm sorry. This is the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think this is kind of like the State Farm Arena, except there's no giant, ugly sign blocking it. So I'm going to go behind the Barclays Center, probably more bottom A tier. But yeah, I'm going to go A tier. So, yeah, look, the Cavs deserve something like this. Cleveland fans deserve a nice, modern-looking stadium. I love, once again, basically the entire exterior is just all glass. It kind of looks like a giant car dealership, but I like it. I think it's a nice design, very modern, very sleek, so I'm going to go A tier for the Cavs. All right, next up, I feel like just for how interesting it looks from the outside, maybe this is also controversial, but I'm going to go the other way with this and put the American Airlines Arena for the Mavs in A, behind the two I just put in A, but I don't know, there's something about it that is very grand and old school, but also really, really nice in its design. I love the exterior. Now, not so much the roof with the white roof, but I don't know, there's something about it that just looks historical. And I was not expecting, going through some of these pictures to find an arena that looked like this. I had no idea the Mavericks Arena looked like this. So honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised, and it just seems like something I would really want to go see in person. So yeah, overall, I'm going to go with the Mavs in A tier. There you go. All right, next up is the Denver Nuggets Ball Arena. I mean, I don't know. It looks fine. I mean, yes, it does have the glass section. It looks a little small. Maybe it's just the picture. Also, the Nuggets colors and uniforms are one of my least favorite in the NBA. So the interior doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I'm going to go C tier. And I'm actually going to go behind the Bulls. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's fine, but overall, it just does. It does pretty much next to nothing for me. So yeah, C tier for the Nuggets. I'm sorry. Okay. This is the Little Caesars Arena. I think Detroit Pistons, by the way. I think I'm going F tier. I'm sorry, guys. This one is just so ugly. I mean, you go to a bigger picture and just, it looks like a bad Holiday Inn on the outside. Like, I don't understand what they were doing here. And then a lot of these arenas do have that big circular white roof to it. I know the United Center has that. We just showed the American Airlines. But just seeing the Little Caesars logo on the top looks so janky and bad. Oh my gosh. And then just the area of Detroit it shows, I don't know, it just looks very industrial and kind of boring and gross. So, okay, I didn't mean to use the word gross, but you know what I mean. It just looks dull. Overall, I have no idea what they were doing here in this arena. I'm giving it an F tier. And comment down below for any people that have been to Pistons games if I'm completely wrong, because just by looking at it myself, hell no, that's going F tier. All right, next up is the Chase Center, home of the Warriors. Now, this stadium is relatively new. I believe 2019 was the first year it was used, but I'm going to go S tier. I'm going S tier. I'll go behind the TD Garden, but I mean, this one's right here on the water. It's got a big complex you can use. I think overall, you're looking at this, I mean, just this picture alone in the front, those giant metal balls, like, maybe some people think it's kind of random, but I think it fits that modern vibe very well. I love the exterior, a sleek white color. You got the glass front. You got all those, shops and businesses. What are the hotels surrounding it? I think it looks great. especially with a team like the Warriors, very popular. I think for building a new stadium, they did a great job. I'm going S tier. Okay, we're going to see a theme with maybe a couple more of these arenas, but next is the Toyota Center, home of the Rockets. I'm going C tier as well. It just looks like you're working for Toyota, but like in a huge corporate building. And this one's even uglier because, once again, that circular top with the Toyota logo, I don't love it. And that brown exterior, it just looks like a shitty hotel or a shitty office building. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Now, I do like the interior a lot better with the Rocket Stadium, but overall, I mean, as you guys can see, since I haven't been in these stadiums, I'm basing a lot of my rankings based on the exterior. So this is another one where it's just like, what are they doing? And it's pretty close to Little Caesars. That's why I'm putting it at the bottom of C tier. But yeah, for Houston too, for a Texas team, I feel like you could do a lot better. So yeah, I got to go C tier for the Rockets. All right, next up is the home of the Pacers, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Now, one thing I'll give Indianapolis is they did a unique job with both of their major sports team stadiums in the fact that they kind of make it look like this cool industrial factory on the outside while making the inside still unique as well. Kind of like with Lucas Oil Stadium, they have natural sunlight coming into the stadium, which I think is very cool. Overall, I think I might actually put this... I'm between B and A. I feel like if I put American Airlines Arena in A tier, this one could go there as well. But I'm gonna stick it in top of B. Because I think the inside is actually cooler than the outside, even though I do like the outside as well. Once again, fits the city good, slightly above average. I'll go B tier. All right, next up is the home of the LA Clippers, which is the newest arena in the NBA, the Intuit Dome. Now, the picture we used on here, one of the coolest pictures of any arena I've seen with that rainbow coloring. But that's just the start of it. The fact that this dome can change colors like that, it's very, very modern. That circular design from the outside is great, and the inside is very, very sleek. Now, I don't like what the Clippers did with their new uniforms, so the colors itself don't make it look amazing on the inside. So there's one perk that they put when they were building the stadium, which I thought was cool, called the wall. Now, this is behind the free throw line, which the way the seats are actually structured, it kind of caves in on the opposing player that's trying to do a free throw, which I think is very cool, and something that I would have never thought about if I were building the stadium. So just that alone, built with the exterior, I mean, it's a brand new stadium, so it's hard to fuck up a brand new stadium in 2024, which is when this was built. I'm gonna go S tier, and I think it deservedly goes maybe right up. No, I'm gonna still put it behind the Warriors, but yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna be around for a long time. So good on the Clippers for moving away from the Lakers and getting their own great stadium. All right, another S tier stadium right in the heart of downtown of LA. I mean, so classic. Used to be called the Staples Center, but now it's the Crypto.com Arena, which is, of course, the home of the LA Lakers. Gotta go S tier for this. I'll put it above the Clippers just because it's been around for longer. But, I mean, what more can you say about this? It's definitely top 3 to 5 most iconic stadiums in the NBA. Probably has one of the highest attendance rates. Great interior as well. So much history behind it. Great colors. I love that circular design. It lights up beautifully at night. Great location. So overall, I felt like this one's pretty easy. Gotta go S tier. Okay, next up is the home of the Grizzlies in Memphis, the FedEx Forum. Now, shout out to all my City Skylines players. This was one of the first NBA arenas introduced in City Skylines for some reason. I don't know why they used this one, but they did. So I guess that gives it a slight bump for me. It's fine. I mean, the picture here is interesting because it looks like there's a bunch of bars literally right next to the stadium, which is kind of cool. Seems like it's probably in the heart of Memphis. Overall, I can't knock the stadium too much. It's a good design. It's a little boring, but overall, it's fine. It's fine. I'll put it C tier behind the Bulls. I think it's okay overall. Okay, next up is the Kaseya Center in South Beach, home of the Miami Heat. I'm going another S tier here. Just so perfect for the Miami Heat. Now, let's start with the interior first. Love absolutely love when they do this with seats with different color designs. The fact that they had the orange kind of sprinkled, looking like a wave of heat throughout the entire section, lower section. And then when you go to the outside, I mean, if you picture like a perfect modern Miami South Beach stadium with the palm trees out in front, very modern, this is the stadium you want to go to. So mix that with an iconic team with a great inside. The Miami Heat 100% deserve S tier. Okay, next up is the Milwaukee Bucks with the Fiserv Forum. This one's really interesting. I have not seen a design like this. Kind of like that brown wooden sphere exterior that kind of goes over like a wave throughout the side of the stadium with the glass around it. You know what? It's growing on me the more I look at it. I'm actually going to go A tier for this arena. Now, the interior is kind of boring, but, you know, for something like Milwaukee, I'm not expecting it to be that grand and that nice, so it took me off guard when I was researching the stadium, and I think, honestly, it's up there, probably a top 10 arena, and, yeah, very unique. I like it a lot. I'm going to put it in A tier. Okay, next up's the Target Center in Minneapolis with the Timberwolves. Look, here's the thing with the Target Center. Like, it is nice in that it's big and it's new, and I'm sure the inside's fine, but I can't get over the fact that it literally looks like a big Target department store. Like, it actually looks like you're going there to shop at a giant, you know, like New York City has like their Nike store or one of the really big department stores that's kind of like the mecca for their company in a big city. That's exactly what this looks like. So I really can't get past that. I'll go bottom of B tier. And also, this is what I was referencing earlier with the grass roof. It's probably one of the worst additions I've ever seen in my life. Someone from who knows NBA better than I do, please explain why it's a grass roof for the stadium. I don't understand. It looks so ugly. I feel like this is probably more popular than I'm trying to let on here. So I'm gonna give it its respect and still put it at the bottom of B tier. I just think it's a very funny stadium overall. All right, one that's funny and bad at the same time. I think this might have to go dead last. Yeah, Smoothie King Center, home of the Pelicans. I mean, this just looks like an enlarged convenience store or like a shitty mall that's about to close down. The colors are off. It just looks so old. The logo is weird. I mean, shout out, I'm from New Jersey. It almost looks like a giant Wawa somehow. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Smoothie King Center. It is so embarrassing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. And also the Pelicans uniforms are terrible, so the interior is kind of ugly as well. I don't know if it's old. Comment down below. I don't know how old it is. It's probably pretty old. 2002, okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine. But if you're going to watch major sports in New Orleans, go to a Saints game instead. You don't want to watch the Pelicans because the Pelicans also suck. So that mixed with their stadium, you got to go bottom of F tier. Okay, next up, we're shooting right back up. This is Madison Square Garden. Probably, yeah, it's the most, I'm not even talking about NBA. This is the most iconic, famous arena in the United States. And it's up there in the entire world. So it's going to be hard to beat this. The reason why I'm pausing right now is because I'm trying to figure out if this is the best one in the NBA. It's between that and the TD Garden. I actually like the interior of the TD Garden a little bit better, although I respect Madison Square Garden. It's got that iconic roof from the inside, the giant Jumbotron, and it's the biggest. It's the biggest and the best. I understand. And the reason why I am actually going to end up putting it at number 1 is because of the location. I mean, you go into New York City, you can take the train right into Penn Station, come out, Madison Square Garden's right there. There's tons of watch parties outside. You're in the heart of the biggest and the greatest city in the world. I'm going to say that as someone from North Jersey in the area. Of course, I'm going to root for them. A lot of NBA players grow up saying what an honor it would be to play for the Knicks because they get to play in the Garden. I mean, people call it the Garden like it's famous because it is, and I think deservedly so. I mean, just that exterior too is just so cool, that circular exterior with the paneling. I am going to go number 1, top of S tier, Madison Square Garden. Okay, Paycom Center, home of the Thunder. This is about as average as you can possibly get. I have really no strong opinions about this stadium. But shout out the Thunder. I mean, they actually have a chance to win the whole thing this year, so maybe this is an arena that might host a championship. We don't know. Yeah, I have literally nothing good or bad to say about it, so I feel like with that being said, it's just gotta go like smack dab in the middle of like B tier. Shout out Thunder fans for going to games in Oklahoma City. There you go. All right, next up is the Kia Center, home of the Magic. Now, I'm going A tier. I think that actually, I'm going to go pretty high in A tier as well, right behind the Barclays Center. I think that corner piece where the entrance is beautiful. I was not expecting this for a nice Florida stadium. It's got that glass exteriors. Like, it kind of looks a little boring from the sides and the back, but that front entrance is really bumping it up for me. And I like the Magic's colors as well, so the interior bumps it up as well. Kind of a shocking one maybe, but I'm going to go Kia Center towards the top of A tier. All right, here's another A tier. I'm going to go with the Wells Fargo Center. I like bottom of A tier, but overall, I think it's another unique design that it's a big stadium. Now, I just went to Philadelphia. The way that the Philadelphia sports is constructed in terms of their stadiums is it's all right next to each other in South Philly. I like when that happens. So this stadium is literally right next to Lincoln Financial and right across the road from the Philly Stadium. So that gives it a bump up for me, but overall, I like that dome design as well. Love the colors. And I think it's up there for one of the better, bigger stadiums in the NBA. All right, next up is the Footprint Center, home of the Suns. Okay, when I was doing the research, I was ragging on it a lot. I should probably put it B tier. Now, the reason why I want to put it C tier, two reasons. One, don't like the exterior at all. I like the court, but the fact that you're the Phoenix Suns, you got yellow-purple combo with a little bit of orange as well, and you just make the seats gray? Like what are you doing? You got to take advantage of that. You got nice colors, so that definitely bumps it down. The stadium also looks a little small from the outside. I don't know how to feel about that, but if you're going like Phoenix, Arizona, it feels like it's got to have that modern feel. So I do like the glass exterior on the front, and the fact that it does have the palm trees and it feels like you're in the desert, that's fine. But overall, I think it's underwhelming for what I was expecting for the Suns, so I'm going to go towards the bottom of B tier for the Footprint Center. All right, next up is the Moda Center, home of the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, the only thing I'll give it from just being a completely average stadium is I do like the roof and the fact that it lights up at night, and that looks pretty cool. And I do like the fact that the edge of the roof kind of hangs over the stadium a little bit. It is a more modern design, but overall, it kind of fits in there with the Thunder Stadium. It looks kind of similar, so I'm going to go right kind of smack dab in the middle of B tier for the Trailblazers. All right, next up is the Golden One Center, home of the Sacramento Kings. This is going to be our final S tier stadium. We got 7 of them, so I guess I like a lot of them, but this one's going high. This one's going maybe 3rd, honestly. Yeah. So it's got the beam, and if you guys don't know what the beam is, which I didn't even know before I researched this, it's probably one of the coolest things visually that a stadium can have. And as the game's going on, there's just a giant purple beam of light coming out from the top of the stadium. And you mix that with the top exterior, this nice glass exterior on the roof, lighting up in purple with Kings on the front. Just a grand modern stadium for something I didn't expect out of Sacramento. All things considered, this is a nice surprise as a stadium that I didn't even know about. So, Golden One Center, good job with this stadium. Yeah, I'm going top 3. I think it's one of the best stadiums in the NBA. Comment down below if you agree with me because, yeah, this one caught me off guard. It's beautiful. All right, next up, the Frost Bank Center, home of the San Antonio Spurs. B tier. All right, next we got the Scotiabank Arena in the heart of Toronto. Now, this one was almost S tier for me, but this one is kind of in the same vein as the Barclays Center. I'll put it at the top of A tier. I think it deserves it. Toronto loves its basketball, and the fact that it's right there in downtown and right next to the train station, which I pay attention to that stuff. With the public transit, you're going to an arena in the downtown, you want easy access to it. I like that, and it looks pretty modern, and I like the front, especially with that big board and the big road opening right there to the front entrance. So overall, I think Canada, Toronto did a nice job with the Raptors Stadium. Last 2, and these are both kind of doozies, if I'm going to be completely honest now. The Delta Center, home of the Utah Jazz. This picture that we use, I don't know what it is, but it's just so fucking funny. It is just so bad. And we're going F tier. Now, I'm going to put it above Little Caesars and Smoothie King because it does look a lot more modern and nicer, but it just literally looks like an airport terminal. I can't get over it. Now, there's a more aerial view that makes it look a little more normal, but it just looks so stupid with this entrance. And then you just have this obviously I know it's the Jazz logo, but like if you don't know anything, if you just live in Utah and you don't know anything about sports and you pass this, you think it's literally where Delta Corporate goes to work every day in Utah, and it just has this music note in front of it. So I don't know, they did a weird job with the Utah Jazz, and just the fact that it's the Jazz and it makes no sense that it's in Utah to begin with. And their colors suck too, so the interior is bad, and it's like small, and just the whole thing is so funny. So I'm going F tier for the Jazz. And then I'm going C tier for the Capital One Arena. I'll go like towards the top of C tier, but I've walked by it in Washington, D.C., home of the Wizards. First of all, who gives two fucks about the Wizards? I don't know, it's fine. Like, if you're gonna have an arena, especially in D.C., a pretty major city, like, you're gonna have it right there in the heart of the downtown. Like, do something a little better than making it just look like a big storefront. Like, I actually was caught off guard when I saw this in person. I was like, oh wait, that's where they actually play? Like, this is not like some training facility or whatever. But yeah, this is where the Wizards play, and I don't know. I know the online there's some new workings of a new arena possibly, so maybe that's why that's there. Maybe everybody agrees with me they need a new stadium, so that could be it. But overall, I'm going C tier. So there you go, everybody. That is our full ranking of NBA arenas. Comment down below what you think or how you think I did on this ranking, because look, once again, I'll say it, I'm not a huge expert on these arenas. I'm basing a lot of it on these pictures, but I had a fun time doing it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back for another video. I've been Sam Gold. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.